Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of our Continental podcast. Today, we finally have third, uh, our third person from Brazil, Diego, and obviously Singh Park from the previous podcast. So today we talk about the first two games of the FIFA World Cup. So yeah, let's just dive straight into it.
Right, so first game, South Africa versus Mexico. Honestly, for an opening game, it was kind of unexpected, I think. Like, obviously, the game was crazy, but I think we didn't expect South Africa to do that bad, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
obviously.
I agree
Yeah,
too. I
continue.
expected way more from South Africa, but Mexico played well. They took their chances, and I think it's the forward. I forgot his name from Mexico, Quinones. Yes,
Yeah,
I think
Quinones.
Yeah,
he's
Quinones.
great. I checked out like his stats in Saudi League, and he likes the top scorer. Like very good. Man. I was impressed by him, and I expected like way more from South Africa, but they let me down for real. But it was a great game overall.
Yeah, and it was
Yeah, it
also
was
quite
nice.
nice to see Raul finally get a goal as well. Like, throughout the game, he had like few chances as well, but he finally did get his goal. And what's crazy is I've seen a stat that is actually his first goal in like after like many World Cups. So it is kind of a proud moment for him as well.
Stat I saw on Insta, it was, I think, in the last World Cup there were only four suspensions given in the 2022 World Cup. Yesterday we witnessed three in the opening game. So, yeah, we're gonna break the record in a few days probably.
Yeah, and it was even more unfortunate when you think of the fact that the first red card given was to Sid Hole, and even the first goal was kind of given away by him. So kind of a bad day for him. Like right now on internet, he's getting memed out, but hope he keeps his head
Yeah,
up.
Yeah, like three
yeah,
red cards ain't really common like in a World Cup game, right? But I think like the three decisions were right. I don't think he made like a mistake. Wasn't like that. That referee is like very criticized here in Brazil, but I think at least in this first World Cup game he did well. Like the
Yeah,
red cards were deserved.
yeah, I agree
yeah,
with you what you are saying. Like the second red card, I've seen many people were kind of debating that should he even have been a red card or not. I mean, like he literally smacked the guy in the face. Like obviously
yeah,
it was gonna be a red card. Like it was a clear red. What makes it even crazier, in my opinion, is the fact that even though South Africa was poor, I think we all kind of agreed in that. Like in every aspect, they were not good. But like Mexico, obviously they were comfortable as a team. They were comfortable, but even then, I wouldn't say like every player was like doing quite good as well. Like I do think Mexico was kind of lacking in some areas as well, especially in my opinion. When I was watching, I thought like the left back was kind of making a lot of mistakes, and even the goalkeeper, he did kind of look shaky in my opinion. What do y'all think about that?
I
yeah.
didn't like watch the
Actually,
whole game, but the parts I saw, I think Mexico could have scored like way more. Like only two goals was they could have done way more in that match, and I think that South Africa has a lot to improve, like a lot, especially in the defense. And now with the players like that were sent off, they need like some other players to replace them, and it's gonna be a little harder for them to actually recover. And that's the question I was gonna ask y'all. Like, who do you think like goes to the next stage of the World Cup in this group?
yeah,
Well,
this,
before we even get to that, I think
yeah,
it's going to be even crazier now that you mention it, because throughout like comparing both games, I would think Mexico was probably worse than Mexico was worse than South Korea, and then now Africa has to like play against South Korea as well. Like that's going to be even crazier for South Africa.
yeah. Like obviously South Africa, I believe they came in with with, like, they didn't came to win. If you look at their, like, the way they played, it didn't look at all like they were here to win. They just looked like almost we're gonna see in this World Cup with the small teams. they're gonna stay back and then look for a counter opportunity. Also, South Africa had like they could make some good chances, but unfortunately they could not make them count. And similarly, it was for Mexico. It was obviously their home crowd, the Azteca Stadium. Uh, it was an insane crowd when they like came out to train. I believe everyone could hear the crowd roar. So, and yeah, I agree that the fact Mexico scored few goals, like they should have scored at least four, in my opinion. But yeah, a win is a win at this stage.
Yeah, so going back to the question which Diego kind of asked us, so for that right now, I would say like I really don't see South Africa even finishing third in my opinion, because after that they're going to play harder games as well. Because like I said, I think that well Mexico, I do think they played decent, but it was not like they were like super good as well in my opinion. It was just more like South Africa being more poor, which made like Mexico kind of excel a lot.
Yeah. And before we
So
came go to the group final standings, I would like to mention the match between South Korea and Czech Republic. It was actually first half I would say was comparatively a little bit boring as compared to the second half. But yeah, both teams played like some great football.
I would kind of disagree with you there. I think Czech Republic in the first half was kind of disappointing as a whole. They weren't really doing much, whereas I think South Korea were still like making a lot of chances. Like I swear, like Sun had like five chances. Like basically, yeah, they had a lot of chances, but they didn't convert them to goals. But in my opinion, when I watched the first half, I really did think South Korea was like a way more dominant side, but they didn't make use of it. What do you think, Diego?
yes, I actually didn't really watch that game. I've seen the highlights, but I think yeah, South Korea they played better in my opinion. They didn't like dominate the game, but I think they've done a great match, especially that guy from PSG, the midfielder. He's very good. I was impressed by his performance, and I think they can actually go to the next stage with Mexico. I think these two are like the best in that group, and it will be like a dispute between them to actually see who is like the first in the group. And as Momi mentioned, one thing I forgot to say is like the atmosphere in Mexico is like different from the USA and Canada, because like they are very passionate about football. The fans really are very passionate about football. Like the stadium, the vibes were very good. So I think that also counts a lot because Mexico is playing like all the games at home, so in their stadiums, and I think that will motivate even more the players to actually do well in this group. So I think Mexico and Korea will go to the next stage.
Hmm. I kind of agree with what you are saying, but so forgive me if I'm going a little off track here. But do you guys think we should have only had one host for this World Cup, or you think like the three hosts we have right now is fine? Like, which one would have y'all preferred?
I think if it was like held only in Mexico would be amazing. Like I think people are very passionate about football there and it would be like vibes.
Yeah, I do kind of agree with you. I think the fact that like obviously there's one game at Mexico and then one game at USA, but obviously when you go to, like USA and then the vibe is completely different. Like maybe that does kind of ruin the vibe. Like in if it was just in Mexico, it would have been quite like more memorable in my opinion. What do you think about this moment?
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying this since they basically bid for the World Cup. Uh, the atmosphere of football in Canada and USA is like quite forced, in my opinion. It's not as passionate as Mexico. Obviously, they have a history of hosting, and as you know, they know how to like bring the vibes down. They know how to create the atmosphere, and adding to that. And yeah, I absolutely agree with the fact that Mexico should have been the only host. We also saw how they basically welcome their teams as compared to USA. where the teams had to go through a strict check and also some visa issues. So yeah, Mexico alone would definitely be a much better tournament.
Right, agree. We are all on the same page, kind of there. So now let's move on to the second half of the game, which is where the real magic started, like where we felt the real World Cup moments. Like, first of all, do we all agree
Yeah,
that was a crazy second half?
yeah, it was like both the teams had like good chances in the second half. The South Korean keeper made a good save actually from the throw in, I believe. Czechia had a chance to make it 2-2, but the keeper made a great save to stop Adam Losic from scoring.
Yeah, we kind of saw like, yeah, I agree that in second half, I do think both teams were really going for it. I think Czech Republic had a lot of chances as well in the second half. So it was just a beautiful game of football. And like you were saying, yeah, Czech Republic did show like them being good at set pieces as usual. I mean, the goal literally came originally starting from a long throw, which is kind of crazy. And obviously, we can't ignore the two South Korea goals, though. And the first goal by Hwang was literally like probably the best goal we saw seen the whole day, actually.
Yeah, it's the way he like turned and just tipped the ball over it was like amazing. It was great to see.
Yeah, yeah. And then after that, we literally, and then I think Suchek, he did kind of score another goal, but he was kind of offside because yeah, it was offside, if I remember.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So it
yeah.
was rolled out. And then after that, South Korea scored another, and then it was And then yeah, I remember then Czech Republic still had like two great chances, but then the keeper did save the day for South Korea.
So yeah, let's move on to Czech Republic here actually. So they have remaining games to play with Mexico and South Africa. So do you think they might be able to clinch the third spot and maybe qualify to round of 32 on the basis of the eight best third ranked teams possibly?
Okay, okay, yeah. Yeah, obviously from what we have seen today, I already have said that I do think South Africa does seem like the team which will finish bottom in the group. So just based off that alone, I do think Czech Republic have a chance to finish third. But obviously, like we said, it's a World Cup, it is unpredictable, so anything can happen. Diego, what's your opinion on it?
Yeah, World Cup game is always very unpredictable. The game can, things can turn around very quickly. But yeah, I think Czechia has a great team too, and I think it will be like a dispute between them and Korea to actually get that spot, the second spot, because I think Mexico will be like the first there. And I don't know if you guys noticed, I was like watching the game, but I didn't really notice during the game. But like Quinones, he made like the same celebration that Chabalala did in 2010. The dance. I didn't like see live, but I've seen in a post later, and yeah, that was fun. Like he waited like 16 years to do that celebration again. But yeah,
Yeah, I
I
actually saw it on the social media post as well. I didn't quite. I didn't uh, as the match was on. I didn't quite look at it, but when the match was over and the videos were coming, yeah, he definitely did the Shabalala celebration after he scored the.
uh I think I've seen that Davis won't play against Bosnia, right, from Canada. So I think they like a very important player that could make a difference in that game. So I think that game's gonna be like a tie, like 1-1. And like USA versus Paraguay, that's like a little bit more competitive to me. And I think Paraguay is gonna surprise everyone and beat USA like 1-0. I think they have a good team. They've been playing together like for a long time. They got like that chemistry. So I think they will beat USA like 1-0. What about you? Your predictions?
So me personally, for the Canada versus Bosnia game, I do think that Bosnia, like the team, they do have like a. I mean, their team is like slightly similar to Czech Republic in the sense like they have like tall physical players and all that. So I do kind of back Bosnia to do better in the game. So I do think it would be like a 1-0 win for them. Even though I do think it's the quality of the team shouldn't be that far off. And for USA and Paraguay, like I've seen a lot of people who are kind of like writing USA off completely. Like, everyone is memeing them out. But I do think like they can still like easily surprise and do good. So far I would actually like predict a draw between them. A draw between USA and Paraguay.
Yeah, so as for the Bosnia and Canada game, obviously Canada will be missing their star player Davies, but they still have a threat up front, which is Jonathan David. I think he will pose a threat to the Bosnian defense, but what I think is Bosnia may be able to like clinch the win over them. I would say Bosnia 2, Canada 1. And for the USA Paraguay game, Paraguay is missing their key player as well. I believe Inciso is injured, I think. So I believe he won't be playing the game. So this is definitely a big, like, kind of a problem for Paraguay. But I believe they will manage to hold off USA and maybe like a 1-1 draw.
Nice. And Zeko is still playing, right? In
Yeah, yeah,
Bosnia.
he's 40 and he's still playing for
Yeah, he's
Bosnia.
yeah, he's still playing. He's still in the team.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Okay,
okay.
yeah.
So Moment, I think you're the only one who didn't do like the final prediction for Group A, right? Like
Oh,
based on after today result.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna say Mexico, I believe, gonna finish second. Korea finishes first. Czechia finishes third, and South Africa finishes last.
Oh, oh damn, mine is same as yours. Alright. So
Yeah,
we have
yeah,
Diego
okay.
who is backing Mexico to do better, and then we two are backing South Korea to finish first in the group. It'll be quite interesting to see how this group goes on.
Yep. So I believe this is it for today. We'll see you after the game tomorrow. Canada versus Bosnia and USA versus Paraguay. So we hopefully have wish to have the remaining two of our team members, Zakaria and David, to be with us tomorrow. Hopefully, and yeah, let's see if they will be able to join us. So that's it for today, and signing off from Four Continental Podcast. See you all tomorrow.